Hello, everyone. Thank you for being at my speech today.
Hello, everyone. This is your favorite podcast. Coming live from the 51st state of Toronto, Canada.
We're going to be taking mushrooms.
Hello. Welcome to Trip Hours, number 137?
37.
Yep.
Happy Tariff Day to all who celebrate, aka nobody.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I'm drive-through. I'm here. Slap's here. Ben's here.
Come back to us in 6 months when it really starts to hit. I want the
Cody's-
street to know price of the guac going up.
Cody's dead. Caleb's getting hit by a tornado right now. Rusty still hasn't come back from getting milk and cigarettes 20 years ago.
These things
But we're
happen.
still here. We recorded last time on a friggin' like Saturday in the middle of the day, and now it's Tuesday, so it's only been a few days. This might be the quickest gap ever between episodes, but I don't know. Things
Had to
just
be
kind of
done, it
happen
couldn't
whenever they
die, not.
happen. Everyone.
He died like a dog. The podcast died like a dog.
God. Everyone always asks when
This
we record
podcast is
these,
just
and
going to
it's
be fucking making fun of Trump.
Listen, at least he's tanking the economy.
DT, I'm going to need you to say thank you.
Dude,
You haven't said thank you once.
I just hope people start
Yeah,
figuring it
yeah.
out. I hope he does such a bad job, which he's doing a good job of doing a bad job right now. I just hope he does such a bad job that all the morons start figuring out that he's actually not. All the people who are like, I vote with my wallet. I want the economy to be good, and then this happens.
No,
It's
because
also
the algorithm
stupid,
told
though.
him to not be mad at him.
Dude, I watched a good video the other day about how Elon was actually like on the Democrat side until Joe Biden didn't invite him to that one like electric car thing because he didn't like Tesla being a bunch of union busters. And since then,
saw that video
Elon's
as
just
well.
had
Who
a
is that?
hate boner. Who was that? Dude, I consume too much content. I'm digging through my YouTube history right now. I haven't watched a lot of videos. That was recent, right?
No, Elon
Yeah.
does his right-wing heel turn the way they all do. It's like right after a sexual assault allegation.
Also, I may or may not have.
Oh, it was Channel 5. That's who it was.
Yes, that's what it was, Channel 5. If you
There's
don't
some
watch
great
Channel
videos.
5,
Dude,
You
yeah,
have
there's
to.
been some Channel 5 bangers recently. Big fan. That's the all gas, no brakes guy, but under his own thing, which is
Yep.
even better. And dude, he's putting work in. He's got like reporters in the field across the country.
mm-hmm.
But I do love the way he presents his videos now, where he actually like sits at the table and like talks about it and then brings clips in.
I think that was the perfect way of handling like people that are out in the field.
Yeah, it's great. You get to know them, and he still like keeps everything grounded. You don't have just some faces that you've never seen before trying to run the show.
Yep.
All right. NASCAR happened. Circuit of the Americas. They shrunk it down. They cut it in half, and it was great. I didn't watch any of the other races this weekend, but I watched.
They
the Cup
took
race.
away Texas's tiny point. They
Oh
took it
my
away.
They did bring that weirdo to do the prayer.
That is
typical.
crazy.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, NASCAR. We want to keep politics out of the sport. Also, NASCAR.
What did she say? It was like, I got a prayer for Donald J. Trump and all the decisions, or the people.
God bless
running
all
the
these drivers, and God bless our president, Donald J. Trump.
country.
Crashes
Travis
the
was-
economy 2 days later.
Travis was tweeting up a storm about that too. I guess you didn't see this, Ben.
No.
But I said that's the gayest thing I've ever seen. Someone go up there and be like, "Fuck it, oh, God bless the president." Shut up, God. All right. The racing itself though was actually really good. It honestly kind of played out like a Pinty's race. I know that sounds insane, but at CTMP they always end up with like a little pack of cars at the front. Unfortunately, Byron didn't have the balls to absolutely send it in on Bell. But also, like, it honestly makes sense. Byron, like, his car is so good that he's almost guaranteed a deep playoff run. He does not need to send someone out to lunch just to get locked into the playoffs.
And this is also Christopher Bell, the clutch man. He's almost certainly going to get like top 8, top 4.
It was honestly like an old school race, apart from the freaking stage cautions, which sucked.
The stages was the reason I did not watch.
Yeah, it's so bad. But from the last stage restart onwards, it was like an actual race, which ended up with 4 cars really close together at the end, like battling for it. Kyle Busch somehow was really fast on a road course.
An RCR car.
I still don't understand how or why that occurred. But reality caught up with him at the end when he dropped like a rock through everyone else.
Yeah, he just had used up his tires too much. He was cooked.
Also, everyone for watching Connor Zillish's Cup debut. Turn 1, Ross Chastain sent it in and bumped a bunch of cars, and that damaged Zilish. So he got sabotaged by his own teammate. And then he got it fixed, was making up ground again, and then Suarez spun in front of him and killed him. So Trackhouse stepping on themselves, unfortunately.
You hate to see it.
Cast a dark cloud over Connor Zillish's Cup debut. And there's more Suarez haters on Twitter, and I'm mad about it. Because he just lost it on his own, and now everyone's like,
he's the Sergio Perez of NASCAR.
I saw someone make a friggin' edit where it was his car, but with colleague number 16, and it made me sad.
Trouble.
But that's basically it. Where the hell are we going next week?
Phoenix.
Who
baby.
cares? Because St. Pete happened. IndyCar.
No one watches.
And it was a boring race. Fox fucking sucks.
I heard that
I will say something that was based, and I don't think by the time I turned on, they were still doing like pre-race shit. I did not see the anthem. I did not see the invocation. So
good. You know, like, listen, you can do it at the track all you want. Why are you putting that shit on TV? Ain't nobody got to see that. Like,
I understand the anthem, but
standing up on the couch and praying with the anyway. I did make fun of Fox's audio on Twitter because the audio mixing on Fox is so bad. They were literally I posted a clip on my Twitter here. I'll show you, Ben, if you haven't seen it. They literally under green on one of the restarts, I could just hear someone coughing in the background. And listen, I understand it happens. But if we're under green and I can hear someone coughing, like, just turn the cars up. You've got a sport with you've got one of the loudest sports in the world with cars blaring in the background. Why are they turned down so much? Here, let me pull this up.
I would say that's more on the announcers.
Listen to this.
Yeah, we've definitely seen SVG car not take off very good.
It's one of the background. Sound like Mike. I don't know. Maybe it's him or Clint. But
well, each of them have their own individual switch that they can mute and unmute. So I think that was the case on that.
Yeah, well, definitely someone like muted themselves and it came through someone else's mic. But still, why can't I hear the goddamn race cars? I don't know. The track PA is louder than them. I guess the booth is also really bad to where they're just leaving like massive chunks of dead air like constantly.
CW outclasses them. The IndyCar broadcast completely outclassed them. Like,
although I heard
the IndyCar
booth
was really good.
IndyCar audio as well.
The CW, I remember lap 1 of the Xfinity Series race. Jamie Mack got so excited his mic completely topped out.
I did hear about that as well. He just blew out the mic, getting hyped. I respect a good pop. Phoenix next week is gonna be it's gonna be like a championship preview type thing again, where we get to see how good or bad Penske
we get to see how good the Penskes are compared to everyone else.
Yeah. We don't need 2 Phoenix races, to be honest with All right, that's enough of that. Let's go. You know what time it is.
You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's Drip or Drown.
Drip or drown.
We as a country, the richest, relatively speaking, we only had one Phoenix race. We just need one.
Drip or drown.
Having 2 Phoenix races is waste, fraud, and abuse.
It's true. You don't need it. They got tons of tracks. Everyone wants to go to cool tracks. Go there, not Phoenix. Ugh. All right, Drip or Drown. Take a look at some paint schemes. I only have a few to show you because there's not that much interesting happening this week. But not to downplay myself too much. Alex Bowman. He always runs this Ally dog car every year. I think it's just been like white the past few years with a bunch of dogs on it. And now this thing is orange and purple. And you know what? Kind of goes hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like it.
Best
Really?
It's mid. I wouldn't say
These are
it's hard.
Clemson colors, so I
For
automatically
a
have
Bowman
to hate
car? Oh wow. I mean, a Bowman car itself is already like down here, so anything above that, I'm like, that's a good Bowman car. This is a good Bowman car in my opinion. And it's got a bunch of dogs on it. Look how many we got cats on it.
Get cats.
This might get the most animals on a car award for the year. I mean, you can't beat that. Dude, look at this little dude back here. A lot of dudes. Shout out.
Dogs out.
Dogs out, Alex Bowman. I don't even know where he's racing that. I think next week. Josh Berry is getting Eero on board. We'll see how good this looks when they actually wrap it, but
I can see that going either way.
It is Penske, so it's not fun, but it exists. I also think it's kind of insane to have the logo closer to the number 1 than the number 2 is to the number 1. It does just look like it says like 21 euro all in one go.
It's the type of brand recognition we want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, are the 2 and the 1 that far apart on this car? They're closer together on the roof. It's just like there's such a big gap there.
Kerning needs help.
Casey Kane is racing Rockingham Xfinity in an RCR 33 sponsored by HendrickCars.com.
This is cursed.
So add it to the collection of Hendrick sponsoring just everyone ever.
Looks like some fever dream some kid on Twitter came up with.
It definitely looks like some NR shit.
I refuse to believe this is real, so I see it in real life at Rockingham.
I gotta start the collection of like every time this paint scheme has been used with each number, because there's an insane number of numbers getting around now, with it being all on the Spire stuff on the trucks and the cars, and then RCR, I guess. Who knows? Austin Cindric, Darlington throwback, popping out early. I don't know why they put this out randomly on a friggin' Tuesday in March, but here it is. Austin Cindric is going to run a Dale Senior number 2 throwback, and honestly, I like it. It's true to the number.
Not bad.
They don't
when
give a fuck
when they
about
took
the
this picture, did they just
sponsors'
tell Cindric to get out of the office, put on this suit, and we're gonna take a picture real fast?
He does like dressing like a little goofball with his little friggin' tortoiseshell glasses and his bow ties and shit. I kind of respect it.
He's just a goofy little birthday boy.
He is just a goofy little guy. I don't know why he loves his buzz cut so much either. It just makes him look old.
It makes him more aerodynamic.
Yeah, I guess so.
I respect the grind.
But good looking car. I like.
Yeah,
it's a good throwback idea.
It's better than their other Freightliner scheme.
It's true. Oh, and lastly, Vans Warped Tour is sponsoring
The hell?
Nick Lights. How do you pronounce this guy's name? Leets?
Leets.
I don't know. Some random guy in an 07 car, but he's got Vans Warped Tour, which is sick. This honestly goes kind of hard.
Oh yeah, that looks really good.
So yeah, shout out to him. You'll see that this weekend. Yeah, it's a Vans Warped Tour. That's a good throwback. Anyway. That's all the Drip or Drown I got for you this week, because we're recording on a Tuesday. But these things happen. What Animal Planet? Cody's not here, so we don't have any stories from the track. Not that he's going anyway. But Slab, how are things going in the big brown camp?
I'm convinced Greenville County drivers are getting worse. Like I've just lately, I've just seen so many people just act like NPCs and just act like there's nobody else around them. Like come into like a T intersection and they'll just like chop the corner, even though it's a blind corner, and they just chop it down, and then they see my big truck coming, and they're like, "Whoa!" and they swing back out wide.
How do you miss a goddamn UPS truck?
There was a guy who's pulling a trailer. He was again at a T intersection, so he kind of, and he's got his blinker on. He's making a left-hand turn, so he kind of wings it out wide and leaves this gap open between himself and the line. And in comes this SUV, thinking he's trying to make a right, even though he's his blinker on the left. But he has a trailer behind him, so he needs to like do it wide. And then like they start jawing at each other. I'm like driving by this. I'm like,
animals shoving it in the hole when someone's just trying to deal with a trailer is crazy.
And the worst neighborhood I have is it's one of the biggest neighborhoods I have, and I had like 40 stops in there today. And there's one way in or out of that neighborhood. And I got there right when elementary school let out. So the school buses are going in. Parents are coming in with their golf carts trying to pick up their kids.
Behind them.
Golf carts. Oh my god.
Yeah, because they hate walking. There's sidewalks and people just refuse to use them.
Dude, these stupid ass subdivisions where they have one little entrance exit and then it's just a maze of nonsense, and suddenly everyone has to shove their little SUVs through this street. Golf carts.
Yeah, and I
When did golf carts start being a thing? Like
I think
they
it's
used
a
to be just like a
southern thing.
Florida like old folks home thing, and it's now invaded everywhere.
The
There was,
people
like, an
yearn for
intersection, like,
bicycles. You don't need.
There was like an
fucking
intersection of
golf
two
carts.
big streets in that neighborhood, and just because I guess that's where the bus let out. But there's like an Escalade, a 4-door sedan, another SUV, and like 2 golf carts just lined up against the road. And I gotta like slowly go past them, like, you know, little tap of the horn, let them know I'm coming. And then here comes a school bus. Fucking lights come on. I'm like, God, Christ, have mercy on my soul.
God, the golf cart is just such like a stupid American band-aid solution to a problem that they created with just
Dude,
horrible development.
Where my dad lives, he has a golf cart for getting around. He like drives it like a mile and a half down the road to the grocery store sometimes to pick stuff up. No headlights, no tail lights, no seat belts. Like I don't even know if this is legal, but he's not the only person that does it. I see people coming out of his neighborhood, coming down the street in golf carts on public roads. No lights, no turn signals, no nothing.
Look, this is America. If you're gonna go places on something that you ride on, you go on a riding lawnmower.
You go on a moped like a real man.
This is what happens when you build things too freaking far apart, and the people don't want to walk, but they don't want to drive because it's a whole thing to get in a car and go somewhere. And now they're taking golf carts. Are you kidding me?
I'm taking a golf cart to Toronto.
and sometimes they'll let the kid drive. I can't tell you how many times I've seen like mom and dad hanging on the back with like their little baby in their arms, and their 14-year-olds driving the golf cart around. And, you know, of course, they're not a good driver. Sometimes they don't look left, right, left. And I've
said we need to get more Coors Light, but I'm too blitzed to drive. So here's the keys to the golf cart.
Put the 12-year-old in charge and take it on a public road.
Animals,
America needs
absolute
help.
animals.
I'm
pretty sure there's laws against it, but I'm also pretty sure the police around here just do not enforce them.
The South might be a third world country.
It really is.
How?
And I had the classic this morning when I was out delivering.
Yeah.
Old dude out for his morning walk. You know, he doesn't
Mhm.
have a cane or anything, no mobility issues, but he's getting his steps in. Perfectly good sidewalk right there. Decides to walk on the shoulder of the road instead. I got to make a delivery, so I like kind of pull up. I'm like, hey, I got to park here to make this. You want to know what he did? Did not go back onto the sidewalk, went further out into the road, and then kept walking there in the middle of the road back to traffic.
This guy still believes if you step on a crack, he'll break his mom's back. He's convinced you got to stay on the road.
This is what happens when malls go away. The old people just don't have a mall to
That's
do their
true.
walks in.
He needs a park with some doves so he can feed them breadcrumbs.
Slap, what happened to the UPS thing when they were giving you 1 billion Amazon packages or whatever?
Oh, we're still doing that.
How's that going?
We hired 15 new full-time drivers, and we are still getting absolutely slammed.
God.
So that was UPS's like brilliant solution to this to get rid of the post office not delivering the small stuff anymore. It's like I had a supervisor tell me like we're gonna run this for about 2 or 3 months, see how it goes, and like, well, you already got 15 new full-time guys on here. These guys will be bringing in tens of thousands of dollars a year. You got to pay them insurance, vacation, all this other shit. Like, there's no way we're making money off of this. Absolutely no way.
So what happens when they cut it? Are they just gonna send these dudes home?
No, because they are with the union now. They're permanently employed. They can't just. It's not temporary.
That's a UPS. I do have one animal. I have a rogue shopping cart to report.
Oh no!
Just because I was coming home the other night. It was cold as balls. I'll tell you that. And I was a little tipsy. Came out of the subway station.
Down here.
We still have snow from the snowstorm we had 3 weeks ago because it just stayed like at or below freezing almost constantly. I hate it here. It's getting tired, man. We're into March. I just want to go out and ride my bicycle, man.
It's the correct time change is about to happen this week.
Oh, that's good. That's fun. Here, check this dude out. I was coming out of the subway station. It's just a friggin' PetSmart shopping cart. I looked it up. The nearest PetSmart is about a half-hour walk away, or 2 stops on the subway. So this motherfucker definitely took this thing on the subway train. Which, power to you.
These things happen.
There's also a lot of that now because it's cold as balls. So all the folks that are stuck outside and up on the subways and whatever public spaces will accept them for a night. But it's bad.
It was 64 degrees today. I worked up a bit of a sweat.
Like I said, it was 60 degrees, and I got a good walk in.
It did hit 5 Celsius here, which is very high for what we've had lately, and it was somewhat enjoyable to be outside. And some of the snow melted, but there's still a lot.
Oh, down south we get in the mornings it'll still be like right above freezing. High 30s, low 40s, and then it warms up pretty quick when the sun comes out. But we have the Southerners down here. Got bundled up, parka on, face covered, and like short sleeve weather for a Canadian.
I was getting shit the other day on election day. I was moving a bunch of equipment, like all the voting machines and shit, because I'm working the election day. And I just went like t-shirt out and just stood outside for a bit. It was like below freezing. Everyone was giving me shit, but I was like, dude, it's cooling off. It's nice. Just wearing a t-shirt when you're out for like 5-10 minutes. Went back in, worked up a sweat again. Video viewers, disregard Ben running moon car while on this podcast, by the way.
Sorry, no one could take over for me, so I'm kind of doing things in the background.
That's fine. No one's watching this podcast anyway.
That's true.
Called multitasking for no additional pay.
In fact, there are people in this race that are going to be watching this in the future.
That's funny.
Oh, Lord.
So Harley Payne, if you're wondering why I'm not paying attention, that is why.
Harley Payne, hold on. I'm calling out Harley Payne really quick. This motherfucker's an animal. This guy said whenever he sends in an email, he skips to the end of the podcast, watches us react to the email, and then goes back to the start and watches the whole episode. And he sent one in this week, so he's definitely listening. That's insane work.
Hey, I put timestamps down there for a reason. Although I don't think I did that for the last one.
Oh, that's fine. I don't think anyone in the algorithm is picking up fucking smoke crack and die.
I hope they do.
How many
In
views
Trump's
did we say that
America?
had?
126.
I'm impressed.
I am as well. Kind of shocked that that was that high for
That
only
shit's-
4 days.
This should hit 200. I guess we go to the media check-in.
Media check-in, media check-in.
That's it. That's the theme song.
That's the song right now so far.
Got GTA 5 Legacy.
Yeah, GTA 5 Enhanced dropped today. I've only been able to put a couple hours into it because I was out and then doing coke and then doing this. But yeah, it's good. I waited so long to have 300 props in the crater. We're gonna make some banging racetracks. All of the, I think we talked about this last week. All the PS5 and Xbox Series stuff is now on PC, but they make you reinstall the game, which is kind of annoying. I guess it is like reasonably different, but it's still kind of weird that on Steam it's now like a separate entry. So I have 900 and however many hours in regular GTA 5, and now I've got 2 in GTA 5 Enhanced. It's also really weird because the online is like they move everything over to the new game, but the old game's still gonna exist. I don't know who's gonna be playing. Like, I don't know what the point of GTA 5 Legacy on PC is. If it's like a PS4, I understand, so you can still play the game on a PS4.
It might be because of 5M.
Oh, maybe.
I'm not
They did
sure if
say
the
they wanted to
enhanced
support 5M.
would break that.
Either way, so I've moved my online character to the enhanced version, but it like splits. So even if I play like 5 years of GTA Enhanced, I can then go back to GTA 5 Legacy and just have my character as he was when I moved my guy over. It's really weird. But whatever. I'm happy with it. It also runs surprisingly well. I have a fucking 1070 and I have everything on like it defaulted to like really high graphics and I'm getting like 70 to 80 FPS, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that I'm kind of shocked with.
And I didn't realize that the GTA 5 itself was already like 90 gigs. So the file size is almost exactly the same. So I just dumped the old version, put the new one in. And I think I literally saved like 10 gigs on my computer. And it loads so much faster. So I don't know. We'll see it. We'll play more throughout the week and see how we do.
But this is why you let developers cook. I don't care if it took a year and a half after it was released on PlayStation 5. Have it work day one.
It's true.
No issues.
It's true. I kind of expected it to not be a mess, but then I realized like Rockstar does just kind of wait until things actually work instead of just putting out a broken mess like everyone else seems to do nowadays. So yeah, big fan.
You guys didn't play the Master Chief Collection back in the day when that came out?
No, but I heard that was a disaster.
Dude, like nothing fucking worked. Like even like your motion detector down in the corner of your HUD would be on a delay. Like it lagged. So like by the time you saw the red dot coming up behind you, like you would immediately die because the dude was like right up on top of you.
That's just the norm nowadays. It's just people putting shit out. But
Like 5 fucking games that they already had the source code for, and they just could not get them ported to the
how hard can it be?
Xbox One. Apparently, they also like third partied it out to like some Indonesian developer, and they half-assed it.
That's what happened to that Rockstar, the GTA when they updated the old versions, and they just had like some other dude do it, and they just like AI upscaled all their textures, and it just looked like ass. Maybe that's why I lost faith in Rockstar. And because they like replaced the old version, so you couldn't even buy the old version of it, and you just had this stupid one. Maybe that's why they left GTA 5 Legacy. Who knows?
Yeah, they really fucked it there. But they've improved like the release of the original Red Dead Redemption. That was good. The only thing that was bad about it was the price.
Slap, you watching anything now?
Not really.
Waiting for Hot D, the next season.
Hot D in 2026.
Oh, no.
Oh, further media check-in. I will say, not media. This is more racing. Racing this weekend. Race of Champions is back, and I fucking love the Race of Champions. I always have. That's that thing that everyone always posts that old Carl Edwards clip of back in the day when they're in a stadium.
Carl.
And they do those little 1v1 little duel races. And COVID like really killed the Race of Champions for a while. They did a bunch of like Swedish snow stuff for a couple years, but they're back. They're in Australia, and they've got a ton of dudes. Let me pull up the lineup here. Honestly, the big one that surprised me is Kurt Busch is racing again. And he's done a lot of Race of Champions in the past. But him and Travis Pastrana are going to be Team USA, which is kind of hard. That's sick. They do 1 day of like countries against each other, and then 1 day of just like solos. The champion of champions. It's such a cool freaking event, man. They've got a ton of Australian dudes, because it's in Australia, obviously. So like Brody Kostecki and Will Brown. There's 2 Australian teams. They're one of them. And then they've got a rally driver and one of the Dakar bike guys on another team. And then Chaz Mostert is also there on a different team. There's a bunch of French rally guys. Vettel and Schumacher are going to be the German team, and they always have been. And they're like the back in the day, it was always Michael Schumacher and then like young Sebastian Vettel, and they would show up and just clean house in the country event. And now it's Mick Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel. It's actually kind of cute because now he's become like the old guy.
That's actually kind of cool.
It's Michael's son Mick, and then they still just kick ass. Solberg and his kid will be there. David Coulthard and Colin McRae's brother are going to be the British ones. I don't know how to watch it because it's going to be on some goofy network at like 3 in the morning, so we'll have to figure that one out.
Can we have Mark Larkham doing
I don't know who's going to
pre-race
the broadcast of it, but they run their own show. They just always sell the broadcast rights to like really weird things, and then no one can ever watch it. Which is kind of unfortunate, but it'll be a cool event. And they have an esports thing when whoever wins their esports thing just gets thrown in with the real drivers. And it usually like surprises a few people how good they are. Anyway, Race of Champions, check it out. That's all the media. We're speedrunning this shit. Let's open some goddamn emails.
Send in your fucking
Your
mail.
flipping mail.
Wash your fucking hands, slap. Send in your fucking mail.
Send them in, guys.
Wash your fucking hands, slap. I don't give a fuck, man. You better send in those emails at this point. Welcome to fan mail.
We just got an
Fan mail.
email 2 minutes ago.
Fan mail. Fan mail.
Yeah.
We're
Buzzer
getting them
beater.
in. Send them in by Monday night if you really want them on. But again, we record this literally whenever. I just want to say it has been a quieter, quicker podcast because Caleb isn't here threatening anyone's lives.
He's gonna get in here in like 5 seconds.
God, no, he said he was out. It is getting excessive though. Just how many death threats we get per episode of Caleb.
He's a menace.
rein
He
this
needs to
guy
be
in.
stopped. He needs to be unalived, slept with the fishes. We need to K-word him.
He needs to be slept with the fishes. The guy is an animal though. If you want to, okay, if you've had your life threatened by a host on this show, and you would like to send us, don't sue us, send us an
Rebuttals.
email. TripBrowsePresents@gmail.com. You don't have to threaten Caleb's life because we do that for you, but you know, let him know how displeased you are with his conduct and his unprofessional behavior.
Report him to the authorities.
On this very professional
Don't.
podcast.
Contact the Nashville police at. We have 11 emails this week, which
All
is
right.
impressive.
That's pretty decent for
because-
4 days.
Yeah, for 4 days.
Jesus.
And luckily we only have one from Keegan. So good job.
Wow. Congrats,
Uh,
Keegan, on
for
short
not sending 4 emails. The first one comes in
Yeah,
from
we'll
Andrew
see
R.
how many paragraphs it is, though.
Our good friend from down under, Andrew R, says, "Good morning, all y'all. A full tank of gas in a cup car weighs about 140 pounds. In supercars, a full tank of gas weighs 263 pounds. The relative change of weight as the fuel loads drops off is significantly less. This means that under braking, the amount of weight jacking, the cars pitch forward less, and the cup cars are wider and have wider tires than supercars, so they skid around less under braking. However, and supercars raced at the mini COTA, which was slightly different because they had that weird little chicane thing. Apparently, Jamie Wincup did a 132, and Reddick on this weekend did a 138 as the fastest lap. And Andrew R says, being better planted on the ground actually means slower lap times here. Thank you from Andrew R. I mean, I guess the conditions are completely different and the tracks are slightly different, but I didn't realize supercars...
Is it really over 200 pounds of fuel?
Are they just worse on fuel? Like, how are they getting through 263 pounds of fuel on a tank?
There's no way
Cup car
that's...
does 140.
Unless there's some conversion that's broken there. Or it's a different pounds.
It's almost twice as much. And they still, fuel up the car like once or twice in a race. At least once. Maybe because they just have actual
Unless
horsepower.
he means like throughout the entire race. It's that amount, in which case that would make sense because Cup is so long.
How heavy is a supercar's fuel load? Uh, 135 liters. How heavy is 135 liters of fuel? So
We're doing some
probably similar.
ORN math here.
What did I say? 135 liters. So it says about 223 pounds. Assuming race gas is slightly heavier, that seems about right. Anyway, no one's listening, but I'm just surprised they use that much gas. Okay. Slap's falling asleep as we speak. The next email comes in from Bill.
We're trying to do math over here. If you're going to bring me onto the podcast and tell me to do math, I'm going to go get on Twitter and do something else.
God damn. You just tell me to shut up whenever you want. Bill says, we're in Austin to go to COTA for the Cup race.
Time and you kicked me off the podcast.
Did I? Shit, my bad. Bill says, we're already at a bar on 6th Street and a bachelorette party walks in. Christ. Bill says they were planetary sized, easily 300s. We step outside, a drunk chick falls out of a nacho place, no shirt, and vomits on Chuck's shoes. Keep Austin weird? No. Bill says, fuck Mexico. Build a wall around Austin and fill it up with concrete. Okay, I get it. Okay. Okay. Bill had a hell of an encounter, I guess, in Austin. Shout out to 6th Street, I guess. Heard many stories.
Man, I hate Texas.
Yeah, Texas, you can just take all of Texas and send it away, to be honest with you. I know Austin tries to be their little haven, but it's still Texas. Get it out of here.
But the Alamo.
I don't even know what that means.
Give it back to Mexico.
I didn't learn American history.
I heard there's a basement down there.
Is that the Cinco de Mayo building? Is that what that's about? Is that racist? My bad. Alright, Keegan writes in.
God.
Keegan says, hey Shrimps, well it's Monday, so I guess I'll send my email. Thanks, Keegan. Someone mentioned last week to make a tally on the death threats. And an Easter egg is that's on my second spreadsheet. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Trouble.
I don't even know where to find these, but that would be hilarious. How do I go to... We're losing Slap.
Did he send you an Excel spreadsheet attachment?
At one point. But I need to... It's like, it's in my email somewhere. Here we go, Shrimp Hours title comp. Oh, Jesus Christ. But apparently death threats are in the second. Dude, I mean, listen, I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. If you can help me find...
This dude's the king of the spreadsheets. Got it all spread out on my bed sheets.
You made packages based on the titles. Episode 90, deleted off of YouTube. Don't ask about episode 90.
It's on Spotify.
Is that the Caleb one where he botched the
No,
audio?
that's the one. No, that was so 89. That's the one where Spotify broke and you can only watch it on YouTube. And then 90 is the one where it was deleted off of YouTube, so you can only watch it on Spotify. I think.
Why was it deleted?
That's the whole story. We told you about it, but you probably forgot.
I did forget.
That's probably a good
Copyright
thing.
strike?
No, we don't listen. The
No.
people don't even know. They don't need to know. That never
Somebody said a
happened.
slur.
No.
No.
That would never happen.
That would have just been edited out.
Driven Dragon 4 has given me context for the Terrace
Yapping
Howard
about his
joke.
new form of math,
Hey,
which he
stop
dubbed
playing
I-
stop playing videos when I'm not looking at them yet. God.
My God.
Yapping about his
Stu-
new form of math, which
Sorry, I'm losing my mind. YouTube, it starts playing videos before I get the opportunity to click pause. So if I want to cue something up, it just starts going. Anyway, apparently Terrace Howard is insane.
yapping about his new form of math, which he dubbed, I shit you not, teriology, and which included the startling new revelation that 1 times 1 is 2.
Terrence Howard, 1 times 1 doesn't equals 1, it equals 2. And then he wrote a whole fucking thing about it. So this video has 3.2 million views, and apparently Terrence Howard has lost his fucking mind. So, shout out.
And it's a 12-second video?
That's a clip. It's a YouTube clip.
Oh.
So the video itself is 48 minutes long. And it, oh my god, it goes into a bunch of freaking all of his like
4
insane.
You're asking me to do math again. You asked me to
All
do
right,
math
all right,
again.
no more
I'm out.
No more math. 2025. Jack writes in. Jack says, "Hi Trips. The new short layout at COTA produced 2 banger races, by far the best NASCAR races at COTA. But just like Watkins Glen every year, track limits are a controversial topic. As a NASCAR fan before any other motorsports, I do not understand how the lines they were taking through these S's were legal." It's true. This screenshot has been going around of just like, this is the line they were taking by the end of the race. As you can see, the racetrack is completely off frame to the right. It's just one of those NASCAR things where it was super unclear, where they said like in the S's, don't cut the corners. And then people started realizing that this turn, because it's before where they cut.
Oh, was this the turn 6 thing where
Yes.
they
So
said
this
no,
was
we're
somehow
actually not paying attention to
not
this.
part of the S's. So people just started cutting it, and NASCAR just didn't want to butt in and do anything about it. So this is, where am I pointing? This is the result.
They should have, the driver should have just completely cut it, like just straight lined it.
Yeah, like if you're like, where's the line? If you're gonna be like, oh, there's no, if you're not gonna, I mean, obviously there's some grass you can see in the bottom left here, but if you can just straight line from the previous apex, like from here just to the grass, like that should be the line. It's just weird that they have to like pretend to take the corner but still just ignore it. Really weird. Really
There should be
bizarre.
like some rule. You have to keep at least 2 tires on the red.
There is.
There is,
That is
but
the
not in
rule.
this corner.
Oh my
Because
god.
NASCAR felt like they didn't want to regulate that corner for no reason whatsoever.
Dude, all these, every time F1 has a track limits thing, all the NASCAR people go, I heard birth the pavement, then you could race on, and then this happens. How do you feel?
I think we
Stupid.
can solve this with medieval technology. We just put caltrops down there.
You just put
Little spikes.
yeah, I was gonna say put a like police spike
The
strip.
thing is, we have the technology to regulate all that shit.
Yeah, it's those big ass barrels that they looked at and then took away. Yeah, Anthony Alfredo took a picture of the 400-pound walls that they had put up.
That would be based.
And then they took them away. I guess the drivers complained enough because they did the
I
track
mean, it's
walk.
fair.
And
It's
these things were
literally
there,
like
and then they got rid of them.
cement blocks. Can you imagine like someone just gets like moved over into it and just goes head first into the cinder blocks?
So
Yeah,
what's
like
the answer then?
Bubba at the Roval the first year, and he just like murdered that group of tires.
I love that you pointed out that also had Echo Park ads on it. It's just same
Yeah,
as
they're
these
not beating
walls.
the murder allegations.
There's no right answer except grass.
Except we just put Caleb Hoffman up on top of the press box with a sniper rifle. If you cut it down, he takes a pot shot at you. Like the Tuscan Raiders in the pod race in episode 1, just taking pot shots at people every time they cut the corner.
Jesus.
Jack
I mean,
says,
it is Texas.
Yeah, it'd be very Texas coded.
I do appreciate that. I think Clint Boyer pointed out that they had that Texas Ross Chastain car where they put the bullhorns on the hood, and then he immediately went into turn 1 and like bowled through the field.
Yeah, don't dive bomb turn 1, lap 1 challenge, difficulty level Ross Chastain.
Don't send it 5 wide on the bottom, you fucking animal. That turn 1 sucks. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. That's a piece of shit. All it does is create nonsense. It's such a stupid thing where they're like, here's this hill. We're going to make the track 20 lanes wide and then have a hairpin where the exit is like 6 lanes wide. And it just happens every year. It happens in NASCAR. It happens in Formula 1.
Hey,
happens in
died in
everything else that races
2007, brought back in 2021. Welcome back, turn 1, Cleveland International Airport.
The fact that on the exit too it's paved, so in F1 it's just constantly track limits things, and in NASCAR they just drive the hell out there. It's not good. It doesn't create good racing, I don't think.
Cleveland begs to differ. It was the greatest airport race known to man.
They are looking to destroy that airport, by the way. So I'm hoping before that happens that we have one final IndyCar Cleveland race. But it's not
I
going to
would be
happen
there
because
no
they're at
matter
Mid
what.
Ohio.
But honestly,
fuck Mid Ohio.
Yeah, fucking what's his name? Simon Pagenaud will be like, I back to COTA. The first hairpin is kind of stupid. I'm glad they skipped that other weird hairpin that just sucked in NASCAR, and now they're doing the half track. The best part about that track has always been when they finish down the back straight and they go like left, right, and they have those tight ass corners where you can back one up and send it in on the next one. And there's tons of crossovers, and it's hot. And everything else is just kind of waiting for that moment. The S's are okay, but they need to figure out this track limits thing. Jack says, anyways, who cares? It's NASCAR. It's not real anyway, which is kind of based.
Which is correct.
It
Ryan.
is fake. It is gay.
Ryan sent an email. It says, hey, Shrimps, COTA was a banger except for Fox's coverage. It's true. I'm currently on day 7 of a 17-day road trip through Utah and Colorado. God damn. Sent in some pictures from Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park.
Enjoy those national parks while you can.
Dude, these are... Yeah. Speaking of which, look at this shit.
Damn.
And this
But
is a
the
fat-ass
snow-
panorama. Dude, the snow with the orange rocks looks sick.
That would look so much better with a Trump hotel and some condos.
Oh my god.
I can't believe they're killing the National Park Service. I mean, I can, but I also can't. I don't know how more people aren't up in arms about that kind of stuff. This goes hard, though. Oh, they got some RV-ass camp spots. It's got a little asphalt pad you can pull up to.
No,
At least it looks like it's not very busy. Little trees in the canyon, that's sick.
You know, that's probably the perfect
a
time.
day.
That's probably the perfect time to go there because normally that place is packed.
Yeah,
From what my dad said, he's a big hiker.
that's the last photo we got. But dude, this shot is crazy. That's like a wallpaper and a half. Dude, if you get triple screens and you throw that thing up, it'll be hot. Thanks for sharing. Have fun on the rest of your trip and send us more pictures, Ryan.
Yes. Send us a shopping cart if you find one out there.
Or any animals.
Shopping cart in the
on your
bottom of the canyon.
trip. Harley writes in, and he'll be listening to this before the rest of the podcast. Hey, Shrimps. I haven't sent in an Animal Planet thing in a while, so I want to shout out my university for having no idea how to work its own sporting facilities. First, they started upgrading the baseball stadium right as the new season started, so there's just a big hole in the stands along the third baseline where a small facility used to be. They also broke a water line on game day and had to push it back. That's tough. Secondly, they worked on a new basketball arena for like 2 years and still didn't get it open in time for the season. They played like a month in the old wooden barn of a stadium. Lastly, they did some small upgrades to the stadium before football season, and one of the ribbon boards, I don't know what's a ribbon board? Is that just the thing along the side of the field?
I don't know.
Person.
Anyway, apparently it caught on fire in the season opener.
Trouble.
Apparently it was a 400-degree day when Ashton Janty ran for 1 billion yards and everyone died of heat stroke. All right, good insight. That's sporting facilities. 4 more. Roman writes in. Hello, Shrimps. How we doing? COTA weekend happened, and I went to the Cup race. It was my second time going to COTA, and I had a fun time. I know I'll probably sound biased saying this, but I thought the race was good, and the finish was very exciting. MRN radio being the cherry on the top, all towards the finish. It's a shame the Fox booth didn't have the same energy and the production was not the greatest. I got general admission tickets, so I walked around a good portion of the track throughout the race. I was near turns 19 and 20 when it started. By stage 2, I was near the S's. By the end of the race, I was in the front stretch entering turn 1. That's a good way to see a road course race.
Yeah,
just like get it from every
just make it a hike. That's what I do at Mid Ohio. Get the general, you just walk the track.
One seat for the whole race at a road course is like you just don't get the same experience as walking around. Besides the invocation, I didn't notice any real animal behavior, so it was all around a good time at the track. Glad to have seen Christopher Bell win. I was not about to witness William Byron win at the same track in back-to-back years. That would have been a big boner deflator. Take care, Shrimps, and fuck Steve Phelps. Good email. That's great. I'm glad that you experienced the race by just going everywhere. That's sick. And that you didn't get a William Byron win. Sucked. Spike writes in. Howdy Shrimps. I have a correction to make about my story from last week. It's come to my attention that the kid that punctured the paint cans, this is the paint booth
Oh,
thing,
yeah. Yep.
in fact, did it on purpose just to get a reaction from the sophomores that he's in the mixing room with.
Well, he got a reaction.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because you can't accidentally pop a bunch of paint cans. It's times like this when I say I can't wait to graduate and get the hell out of here. I hope you have a good one.
Yeah, at least your school's not being set on fire or whatever
That's
else
true.
happened to that one kid's school.
Listen, Mark made it out of there. You'll be next, I believe. 2 more emails. This one comes in from Mr. Ass. It says the races at COTA were sick, but all the beef that Chris Wright has gotten into is some of the funniest shit I've seen on Twitter in a while. You have probably haven't seen that, Ben, but Chris Wright, he has wrecked Josh Balicki.
Oh, is this that
3 weeks
Xfinity
in a
guy
row.
that can't race? Yeah.
And he has always sucked. He sucked in the trucks and he sucked in Xfinity. He keeps wrecking. And it's just funny that it keeps being Josh Balicki. So Balicki talked a bunch of shit on Twitter, and then Chris Wright tried to yap back, and it's just getting ratioed to all hell.
As he should.
And he tried to like clap on some kids and then deleted some tweets, and it's not looking good for Chris Wright. It never has. Mr. Ass says, what's your favorite NASCAR driver Twitter beef? We talked about it last week. But Connor Daly getting so mad at Harry Tiller over Road Car 24 that he was posting screenshots and like calling him out and saying that like he hopes he never sees him or whatever. And Harry Tiller was just like having fun minding his own business. That's
no, wasn't it like
there.
When I win the Indy 500, like I'm gonna say your name?
Yeah, something like that. Which, you're Connor Daly, like, come on, let's be real. But also hilarious that Harry Tiller got someone worked up that much. What other like all-time NASCAR driver getting razzed on Twitter moments are there?
I'm sure there's been some. I just none come to mind.
Yeah.
There's probably some nobodies like Chris Wright where it's just like, who cares? Someone can just friggin' talk away into the void.
Yeah, I do
Take
not
Connor Daly.
remember any beef at the top of my head, unfortunately.
Last one.
I think a lot of the drivers the last few years have cleaned that shit up. They realize like just don't interact with them.
Yeah, because like there's so many animals on Twitter. You're just gonna get cooked. Like even if you're right, you're gonna have some kid working up a storm in your replies, and it's just a bad look. I mean, there's a reason that like Cody and Carson Ware don't go tweeting anymore. Anyway, not Matt DiBenedetto sends in the final email and says, hello Shrimps. What a race at COTA. Finally no stupid controversies. I can't be the only one that wanted Kyle to win, and at this rate GTA 6 will come out before he wins again. I said this and I'll say this again. I don't feel bad one bit for Kyle Busch. I've always said fuck Kyle Busch. I'm so glad to see him struggling. I like I said, I used to pray for times like this when Kyle Busch is just a nobody. It's great.
Yeah, but
I'm
now
so
he's an
glad
old man. It's kind of sad.
Nah, fuck him.
No,
He's
especially
he
with
had
him
his
and
wins.
especially when he went to RCR, like that's the nail in the coffin.
Dude, it's like the ultimate team of people to cheer against. Kyle Busch
Yes.
and an RCR car. Yeah, fuck you. I can't believe he led as many laps as he did, but I'm glad he sunk. Well,
That was a podcast.
listen, for
Is
a
that less than an hour?
No, we hit an hour. Barely.
Wow.
For a 3-dude show while Ben's doing Mooncar. I do feel like I talked the entire time, but I don't mind it.
Do we even have a podcast name?
Something about making Slap do math. I did say no more math 2025.
Yeah, no more
Call it.
math 2025. And I have some updating breaking news here. U.S. Commerce Secretary has said
Oh boy.
tariffs are going away tomorrow.
That's it.
That should be the title. That should be the
The
title.
trade war is over. We won it in record time, baby.
Incredible.
We'll check back in 30 days from now.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Bye.
Nude.
No death threats 2025. Clean
I
podcast.
think Slap did have one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did I?
It's hard to tell. All right, bye.